I was live, yes. I am continuing on in this Scortch trials, continuing on with the bus train spotting. So of course, with that said, we of course are walking to the transport hub right now before we head off to the railway station. So let's get on with it, shall we? Of course, got to go ahead, Puns right, Gemini 3 Street Deck, number 374. Just passed by, which is our usual stuff. It was actually extremely rare to see the Go Ahead Oxford Bus Company one. So Alexander Svarford was scanning into 50D 15366. Graham McAvoy. So good few buses to have a look at the transport hub when we get across this road. That fan's in full power. So there's good buses. Alexander Svarford MMC 1054. Alexander about 200 km this way, and we have a green light. So there's 37322 passing by. Full power, because I know that nobody that wouldn't have started going actual green light for the traffic. So there is a 10-9 right here. So with the usual question, what bus lines on transport hub on this Scorch trials of the day? That is of course very scorching, very hot, and of course the sky is fully blue, and yeah, really hot of late. Let's go have a look. So yeah, Alexander for 400 MMC, here's 10902. Of course that's the screen display of all the afternoon's departing services. Next to it is the twin sister 10903. I was on that yesterday coming back from Cheltenham and day trip. Alexander Savar 300 by man 18P 751. Taking up 98 duties. I got Alexander Savar 327 706 as well. But of course we also have 5366, which came from Cheltenham to Gloucester on 98. And there's also another, of course, 10754, which of course is it means that one of the buses is actually late leaving. We also have Alexander Svarford Boy Sky 230D 5982 and number 64. And then of course we have ALX 400 Trident, Transbus ALX 400 Trident, number 1892. There's no other buses. So with all the buses now, of course, all accounted for, let's go off to the railway station. So, of course, it's time to walk to the railway station. Of course, try and be careful of people as we go ahead towards the railway station. Ten 902 has just departed. Right, come to a stop here at the light. There goes 1092. Just have to wait for that light, but we also had 1054 probably moving up towards 1093, 2706. Now leave it. Okay, here we go. It's going to be interesting to see what trains are actually put services, but I think I already see the first one. Well, it's 27,706. It's just turned off onto the road. Green light again. There it goes. So yeah, railway station. Of course, down there is of course the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter ambulance. Just seem to be out on patrol until they get a category 1 or 2 call. Or 3 call. Got a class 800 035, I think that says. Of course, that's loading up. And still is at this very moment. So, have a look at our screen display board to see what services are going to be featured in this afternoon's session. So screen display, here's of course we'll be seeing the Cheltenham Spa, the London Paddington, the next Cheltenham Spa, the Cardiff Central and the Worcester Foregate Street. Well, Worcester Foregate Street's in platform 1, so it probably means that we'll probably end up with a class 800 or 10 coach service on the service to service from Cardiff Central, Swansea, Carmarthen to London. Oh wow. Hang on, I see a Class 66 original variant GB rail freight and it's waiting at those lights over there. No, you can't really see it that much there because it's stopped in an area that is, I don't know if I should be willing to go. Look, 66, of course, -7. As long as the light stays red, we could have a little bit of a more closer look. As long as it doesn't move. It's also a Class 150. Great Western Railway that's waiting. This service to London Paddington is ready for the off. It's locked its doors. It's got 2 minutes on it. So maybe we can use these double yellow lines and try and get closer to get a closer look at the Class 66, which I see a little pavement over here. Use these. So yeah, there it is. It's 66,792, this one. It looks to me that would be one of the Euro spec standard variant locomotives brought to Gloucester, and it happens to be surprisingly stuck here at a red signal. But we also get from here we also get a very good look at trains from this area as well. Yeah, of course you have to be very careful of the greenery. Of course, the train uses a standard of course, is in the standard corporate livery of GB Rail Freight.
I haven't told him that there was Wi-Fi and eggs on the train. Yeah, I was like, that.
Train's taking its time to depart, and it's supposed to be departing now. Along with that Class 150. Class 150 is going first. It's 150, 264 to put your hands together for. So, thing is, if any of you are not a fan of the class, if any of you is a fan of the Class 66, like I am, of course there's of course original and low emission variants, and of course British and Euro spec. This Euro spec variant locomotive, of course, has it doesn't have the pointed out horn bit that it should have had, but it's got the square buffers of one. Of course, being standard variant means it has shorter grills and of course a large fuel tank, engine tank. Alexander days about 327,711. But yeah, I rarely get freight locomotives, but of course it being here, it's almost every one I see that's GB Rail Freight would be a nod to 66724 coming to my model railway soon, but it's a low emission British variant, that one. So here goes 800-035 Naomi Betts on the service to London Paddington from Cheltenham Spa. So yeah, the GB rail freight locomotive won't be moving anytime soon, so because of it having, it looks like a permanent red light at the moment. But it's nice to see that. Training to document it, 6692. Has a nameplate, but to be fair, I don't think you can see that nameplate very well, can you? Yeah, of course, it's a good thing to say that, of course, the train that's coming in is only, they're only just allowing people to alight the train, not hopping aboard it. So we have 800-001. Sorry, I thought a bug went up my throat then. Oh, right, close to 66792. But yeah, it's on the service from either Cardiff Central, Carmarthen or Swansea heading to London Paddington, which of course it only allows this is only a request stop or set down only, being people departing. So it's at corner at Swindon, Didcot Parkway, Reading and London Paddington. But of course the train itself, of course you would have had all the people in the train would have had to change at Swindon for services to Bristol and the southwest. Of course, I am thinking that 6692 is doing cement trains. So cement works from Bristol. Sorry, cement works from I don't know which site to Gloucester Yard, and it's only set down only. I think I should actually stay here because the said just then the train's ready to depart. There we go, door's locked. I'm ready to go. Brakes released. And here it goes. So 800-024 HRH Princess Royale is the one behind it. So now leave 66792B now, because it's not going to be moving out anytime soon, so we can get in line for what I believe is the Cardiff Central service. Well, it won't be 12:27 because it's delayed by approximately 2 minutes. Yeah. Expected 12:29, which that would be the last train that we'll be seeing arrive and depart. Is whichever train's the class 170. Just see if there's a shape. Don't see a shape just yet. Yeah, it's a standard size class 170, 3 coaches. I now see a shape. I now see the shape of the train coming in, so everybody get ready. Right, here it comes. So everybody put your hands together for 170, 104. To start jogging because it'll be leaving just a second. So there's 170, 104 waiting to depart. Waiting to depart. Hello to John's Travels. Do you know the name of 66792 by any chance? Because not long ago I just caught it Of course, it is more or less waiting at a red light on the other side of Gloucester station. Yeah, I know the number, but I don't know the name, because it's got a name tag on it. So 170, 104 is now leaving. There it goes. And the sound I'm hearing from it sounds a bit like over that is probably its cooling fan. But usually sometimes, like with class 173, 98 and 397, the cooling fan is also goes with the sound of the engine. Its engine sounds change up. Well, I don't think there's any other trains I know of that's actually going to be coming. So, because the next train is of course at platform 4, so to be fair, that's more or less wraps up the train stuff. So of course it was nice seeing 66-792 with the unknown name plate, and of course it, to me, any GB rail freight locomotives I've been standard in the standard corporate library that I see is more or less a mark of things to come on my model railway when I get 66-724 Drax power station delivered to my house and all onto my model railway. It's going to be extremely interesting. And not just to mention interesting, very enjoyable, because as I said, I've been waiting patiently for it for ages and ages and ages. So final buses is of course Alexander Spa 300 by May 46. Of course the Go Ahead Pullman's bus is now leaving. And we got a green light. So that one's number 373, that one. But of course, as we enter the transport hub one last time, we got 10752, which is like on there of our 400 MMC. I think I turned that corner a bit too light. I just hit something. Of course, we've got Alexander Spa 410 758, Alexander Spa 400 Scania 15368. We already know about 22746 in this one. We've got Transbus or Alexander Dennis ALX 400 Triton 18200. I'm still surprised that one's still in active service, because I think on one of my buses magazines it said that 18200 was in reserve or withdrawn or something like that. If they got it back into active service, I don't know. And the final one is Alexander Spa 200 37324. Which is of course arriving. So that really about wraps it up for the afternoon session. So if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe and to hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any future uploads, and go ahead and have a look at the product specifications of the new Citana E-City and H2 City Gold single decks that's supposed to come to the UK in 2026. Because that video, you definitely don't want to miss it. But the thing is, it only just shows the Euro spec versions, which are based on their website at Citano Bus. So yeah, it's on this bar from just down 15350. Taking a little bit longer. Right. So thank you for watching my X-Files, and I will see you again next time. Slug it!